welcome to Tuesday Talk. We have a lot of wonderful information that we're going to be sharing with you this morning, and very excited to present it all. So be prepared and be excited. First, we're going to have Ricky.
Thank you. Is this going to stay?
Probably not.
Bill, do you want to hold the mic?
Yes. Sit stay.
No, it's broken. All right. We'll need to put a work order in, please. All right, we're off to a good start here. Well, good morning, everybody. How are we doing today?
Wonderful.
It's nice to be back in the dining room and get to see you folks and get some feedback and lots of exciting things going on. If I could just ask that if anyone has any questions, if you could just hold them to the end or when I'm done, and we'll go over everything. There's if I pass out, I got a front and back here. There's a lot of things to go over. But we'll also be talking about this again on Dish Talk Menu Chat on Thursday. It'll be broadcasted on TV, and then we'll probably talk more about it on Friday. But there's a lot of stuff a lot of exciting things to take in. So sit back and enjoy yourself.
Ricky, there's a stand right there if you feel like using it. Phil found it.
Is this, you brought this over tonight? I didn't even notice, Phil. I'll give you the credit though, Gene. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Exciting stuff. So starting on Tuesday, the 29th, we will be entering our newest dining expansion. We are pleased to announce that the dining rooms will be open to 50% capacity. And the tavern will be opening with a full menu to 25%. Come on, folks, let's hear it here. Let's go.
Yay, yay.
I was going to get everyone free drinks too, but you know what?
We failed.
Same date?
Yes, 29th, yes.
29th of October or
September. Next Tuesday.
Changed it.
Now let's try this again. The questions afterwards, please. Thank you. The tavern will open its doors from 8 to 11 a.m. in the morning and serve breakfast on the first come, first served basis to a maximum of 16 people at a time. We are limiting the number of occupied tables to 4 during the soft opening. We will be offering a full menu for dine-in only. The doors will once again open for dinner from 3 to 7. Dinner service will be reservation only, and that will be made through the host desk at 313, that is in the north. The alfresco dining area will be available for seating in the evening hours. The tavern will not support public coffee yet. We hope to see that return soon. We're just trying to keep the social distancing down. The coffee will come back soon, I promise. The tavern will offer dine-in meals exclusively. There has been a pause on takeouts. There will be no takeouts for breakfast. There will be no takeouts for dinner. We have returned to serving alcohol in the tavern. This means there will be no further consumption of personally supplied alcohol on the breezeway during operating hours. So now when the tavern's closed and you want to come down and have a glass of wine or a beer out there, you're more than welcome to, but no alcohol. That we void our liquor license just like we did in the past. Now to speak of money. We will be re-implementing the meal plan charges as of October 1st. The meal plan remains unchanged, so we're going back to how it used to be. Whether you're on the 21 or the full month plan, it is returning. For those who do not remember, it's $7.50 per meal per day to eat in the main dining rooms, with the balance being able to be spent as you see fit.
Yay.
Yes.
Come on, folks. I guess I should have brought donuts.
Gotta bring a cheerleader.
There you
You
go.
need a cheerleader.
We ask that you give your full name to the server to ensure accuracy. Please, first and last name. Which brings us to the dining rooms. We are opening to 50% capacity this week. Bill, please, we don't need any of that. I almost fell over. Is this how it usually goes? Is it this much fun? All right, let's start that line over. Which brings us to the dining room. We are opening up to 50% capacity. This means 100 people at any given time in the dining room, both north and south. By doing this, we have effectively reopened the dining room to a pre-pandemic status. A busy night in the dining room a year ago consisted of about 70% capacity at most, for a few moments, usually hovering around 50%. With the state of affairs regarding our isolation, we are confident that 50% capacity will accommodate all of the residents that would like to visit our dining rooms. By opening the dining rooms to a higher capacity, we are pleased to announce we will be returning to our scheduled dining times and procedures. Clap so I can get a drink. Takeout. You pick up and return to your home if you want to pick it up. Delivery. For a fee, we will deliver the meal to you. Delivery will be after the meal service in the dining rooms. A fee will be waived if you're a quarantine resident. Hours. North pickup to goes. This is if you're picking up in the north building, from 11:30 to noon, 4 p.m. to 4:30, 6:30 to 7 p.m. This is important. It's two entrees, the right side of the menu only, no left side. It would really jam up the guys in the kitchen and girls in the kitchen. Sunday to-go times, 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. South pickups to-goes between 3 p.m. and 4:30, 6:30 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. to 7. 2 entrees, right side of the menu only, no left side. Sunday to-go times from 3 to 4. We have changed the times for seating in the dining rooms to reflect our past hours. Seating, dine-in north, noon to 1:30, which has been well attended. 4:45 to 6:30. Sunday dining times in the north, 11:30 a.m. to 2, just like it used to be. So you'll be able to get your breakfast and whatnot. Seating in the dine-in for the south on Sundays, 4:45 to, regular days, 4:45 to 6:30. Sunday dine-in times in the south, 3:30 to 6 o'clock. I am finished. Yes, ma'am.
That's all great news.
Okay.
Well, remember, this isn't starting till the 29th.
Yes.
So we will be getting information out in writing to everybody.
So we like to communicate as much as possible, and with the help of Johanna, Walter, and Margaret, who have been a great help, and the Dining Services Committee, thank you very much for helping out with us. The communication has been spot on since this started 6-7 months ago. It's hard to believe, but you'll receive the menu like you have for the last 6-7 months, and then we'll have a flyer that is bullet points that will be colored. But like I said, we'll talk more about this. We'll be in the dining rooms. You see us every night. You can ask me. You can ask Phil, Dustin, Donna. Chris is your new tavern manager. He'll know all about this. So we'll be talking about it as much as possible. So please ask us any questions you need, especially in the dining room. But that was a great question. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am. You're not going to say anything bad about the Islanders again, right?
No, I'm not.
Okay, thank you.
I just wondered how many had tables of 5, or 4 or 5 at a table?
6.
Or are we still limited to just 4?
We're going to be going up to 4, that's correct? Is that what we talked about?
We're continuing how we are.
Okay.
Three apartments, 4 at the table.
3 apartments, 4 at a table.
Thank you.
Same as it was.
Away with the schedule, this come first come, first serve to the dining room?
I'm not sure I understand.
First come, first served.
Yeah, we're going to have the sign-up sheets like we used to have, but they're going to go out, the sign-up sheets will go out when the dining room opens at 4:45. All right, thank you, folks. Have a great day.
One thing I'm
Leslie Haas, your Resident Services Director. So today, you might have noticed yesterday that we unlocked our side wing doors. So while continuing, we ask you to still have your temperature taken daily at the front desk. We will not be changing our quarantine list. So continue having your temperature checked daily so that you can be on the loose quarantine list if you go on a vacation, if you go to the hospital at any level of care there. When you return, you'll be able to go on loose quarantine as long as it's a non-COVID related stay. So again, continue getting your temperature checked daily. Now, if you're going to see your primary care physician or out to a lunch and you're practicing social distancing, you're wearing your mask, you're welcome to use the side doors. But if you're going to, a larger event, if you're not practicing social distancing, wearing a mask, please come and make sure you get your temperature checked again at the front desk. We want to make sure that we're still, it's still the pandemic. We're still wearing our masks. We're doing, all hygienic and safety concerns are still going on. If you're on vacation, you'll still be on quarantine when you return, be if it's a one-night overnight stay at a family's house, a friend's house, or your vacation rental that you're going to. When you return, you'll be under quarantine. Now, we're having the privilege of opening the side doors. We do not want to see family members or friends entering or exiting those side doors. The second we see that happen, we will shut the side doors down again. So we want to make sure that everyone's coming through the front door if they're an approved visitor, which I will go into shortly. But again, please don't have anyone else use the side doors, only if you are a resident. So that's starting today that you can start using the side doors again. Now, beginning Thursday, October 1st, we will increase housekeeping to full service, but into two parts. The first week will be surfaces to be cleaned only. The following week will be floors. This means residents will have a full service of housekeeping twice a month, but they will continue to do your bed linens. This will just help us to reduce the time of being in an apartment, to reduce the risks for residents and staff members. Okay, any questions so far on housekeeping? Oh, on housekeeping? Oh. We'll do the rest later. Oh, yes, ma'am.
I didn't understand about, we're only having it every other week, full service?
No.
Right, so yes and no. So the first week starting October 1st, you will have just your surfaces cleaned. The following week, such as, countertops, the following week will be your floors will be cleaned. So, but again, your bed and your linens will always be addressed.
The services include bathrooms?
So that's where they're talking about the surfaces that will include your commode. Surfaces, the top of your counter and your commode, and the flooring will be the floors and I'll clarify with Jesse when your tub or your shower will be clean. So we'll get that information out to you. If it's in the next 5 thoughts when we have that, or the next Tuesday talk when we have that information. So again, it's not till October 1st. All right, so the next topic. Beginning Monday, September 28th, we are going to open up to visitors in independent living, but with limitations. I thought you guys would be excited about that. I know. We're going to allow visitors, but with limitations. So visiting is only going to be allowed in apartments. They must wear a mask when entering the community and traveling up to the apartment. No more than 2 visitors at a time in an apartment by appointment only. It must be scheduled so that we can control our total visitors on the community at any given time. Visitors are subject to our screenings when they come in, asking those questions, as well as their temperatures checked. So again, they must have an appointment made with the front desk. If they show up and they don't have an appointment, well, they can make an appointment and show up for that next day. They cannot just come on, well, I'd like to make an appointment right now to come on right now. Unfortunately, no. We have scheduled amounts that we can only allow into each building. We can only allow 10 visitors per day for each building. Well, that's 10 for the north, 10 for the south. Right now, we're going to work on trying to do times between, they're allowed to come during the times of 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. for those appointments. But the last entrance is 7 p.m. so that they can be out by 8 p.m. So again, only 10 visitors, family and friends per building each day, 2 visitors per apartment. So yes, you can have your son and your daughter-in-law in that apartment with you. You cannot have your son, your daughter-in-law, or grandchild with you. That's 3 people, that's over 2. So only 2 at a time. No visiting in common areas, no dining venues. They cannot come to dinner with you at a venue. You're only allowed to be in the apartment. So a couple of things. We have visitors from out of town that might be coming in, but they're not staying here on campus. They're maybe at a hotel off campus. But you want them to come into your apartment for those 4 days to visit you. Yes, we will allow out-of-town guests to schedule for 4 consecutive days because they're from out of town. If you have a family or friend that's going to want to schedule for time every day to see you for 20 consecutive days, please be considerate of your neighbors so that we can have opportunity for everyone's friends and family to have that time to come to their apartment and see them. Because remember, you're still able to visit at the porta cashier without having a scheduled visit. You're able to go off campus still with them to have that visit. So let's just be considerate for everyone that needs to have someone to come in. Maybe it's help with that financial situation, maybe that computer and logging onto your banking information. Those are people that need to come in and not just to sit and chat whenever you could also have lunch another day. So just keep that in mind for us and everyone around. Now, we are scheduling appointments out until November 15th. So starting on, they can start calling now to the front desk to make an appointment to come starting Monday, September 28th. But right now we're only scheduling up to November 15th. So just before the holiday time. Things could change by then. That's why we're not going, out further. Okay. Questions? Yes, Ms. Duke.
Is there a limit to the time that they can stay during that day? In other words, could they stay all day?
Right. So currently, no, there's no time limit. We're just doing the time frame of 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. If anything changes, we will let you know if it changes to a limited visitation because we're only doing 10 per day per building. Yes, sir.
Can you have visitors meet you in the patio or the breezeway and have lunch or not?
Unfortunately, no. That's a common area. It's a food area, so they can only visit with you in the apartment. They can visit with you on the exterior in the porta cashier or around the boulevard area on the benches.
Garden club's open.
Yeah, garden club is a good place to meet.
Yes, the garden is open to come and visit you and see everything.
Lots of good benches.
Lots of good benches.
Yes.
Anything else? Yes, ma'am.
Would you please reiterate the difference between, I know what isolation is, but between loose and
Strict.
And the strict?
Yes. So the difference between our loose quarantine and our strict quarantine, whenever you return from a vacation, overnight stay somewhere, a level of care at the hospital, that's an emergency room visit, an outpatient procedure, an inpatient procedure, when you return from any of those, you're under a quarantine. You are under a strict quarantine if you have not gotten your temperature checked at the front desk for at least 30 consecutive days. If you have got your temperature checked at the front desk for at least 30 consecutive days, then you are under loose quarantine. So for strict quarantine, you have your meals delivered to you. As Ricky stated, whenever the dining room changes, we will not be charging you for meal deliveries if you are under strict quarantine. But you will have to choose from the delivery menu that he has set. If you are under loose quarantine, you are able to pick up your food. You will not have it delivered unless you choose to have it delivered, and then you will be charged because we'll be starting that because you have the option of going to a dining venue and picking up food to go and eating it in your apartment. If you are wanting to walk around, you're under loose quarantine, you are allowed to walk around. We just don't want you to have you stationary in one place. So you're still allowed to walk around, continue just like everyone else, wear your mask. If you are under strict quarantine, you are allowed to walk around the perimeter of the boulevard, obviously, but we really ask that you do not walk around our common areas. If you are needing to go and get your mail, take out your trash, please don't do that during high traffic times. Wait until either early morning or late evening to go and dispose of those items or bring up your mail. Yes.
Under loose quarantine, you're not allowed to eat in the dining room, but you can pick it up and take it home.
Correct. You are allowed to go to the dining venue and go. So whenever we have our RO experience, if you are under loose quarantine, you are allowed to pick up those items and go.
Let's say hypothetically, somebody comes in, the family didn't know about it, coming in. And the time slot's up, hypothetically. Why couldn't they come in without forcing them to come back the next day?
Next day.
Because you're supposed to plan ahead.
I mean, I really don't want to run into that situation. Clearly, if your family knows that they're allowed to come here, they know they should make an appointment. Okay? Please make the appointment. It's not fair. So then now I have 5 families that I was turned away because I didn't have an appointment. You need to have an appointment. Your family member is aware they can come to campus. So that means they're aware to pick up a phone, as well as you, to make that call to the front desk. That takes 2 seconds to put down their information that they will be there. Yes, ma'am.
Are the guest suites open?
Unfortunately, at this time, they are not open for any type of guest suite for out-of-town guests.
If I see someone up there,
It might be
is
marketed.
that,
So marketing is still, nothing has changed with marketing. They still have prospects that are staying here for all their guest stays. That's going on, but we don't have any families or friends or non-prospects staying in the guest suites.
When is this effective?
This is effective 9/28, Monday. So September 28th. Okay? And I believe Tiffany is next.
Good morning, everyone. How are you? It's so quiet. Brent isn't here. Thanks for being nice to us. Just a few updates and activity. Transportation, as of Monday, September 28th, we will no longer be providing personal shopping trips. We will begin our group shopping trips again like we did in the past with adequate social distance on the bus. So it will be every other seat, basically making a Z, and we will only allow 6 on the bus. We will do 3 trips on Mondays and Thursdays, so that gives us enough to be able to take as many as we need to. And we're going to the Publix on Sunset Point. Please contact IHS if you are still in need of someone to do your personal shopping trips. tAlk is aware that we will finish out the week with the shopping trips that we have, but anything beyond Friday, you will need to sign up in the transportation book to be shopping next week. Also, we have been permitted the access of 75 people in enclosed areas. So that includes Town Hall, Grand Lobby South. So we're slowly getting back to some type of normalcy so that we can have more activities that involves interior events. Thank you, Lauren. Also, we have been permitted 100 people on our outside venue. So anything in the breezeway, we are allowed up to 100 people. So those are the few changes that we have made. Hopefully we're making some slow adjustments so that we can get back to normal sometime soon, or what our new normal will be. I would like to remind you that we did notice Friday at our event that a lot of the residents were not wearing their mask. I do understand if you're enjoying a beverage or if you're sitting sedentary at a table that you can take off your mask, but this is not the time for us to get lax because we're doing such a great job. If you are moving through the breezeway and you're chit-chatting, just please wear your mask so we can all be as safe as possible. But once you've gotten your beverage or you're sitting down at the table, you can take your mask off at that point. But, with the restrictions lightening up, we really want to make sure that we're going forward, not backwards. Yes, ma'am.
Do you think the vocal cords could meet again?
I think.
Now that is teamwork, folks.
You see that? I'm telling you, it's a production team.
Thank you.
We're all good to go?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm going to put you on the staff. So yes, I did reach out to her a few weeks ago and she was not ready to come back, but I will call her today to see if anything's changed, whether that's November or the 1st of December.
Oh gosh, that far away.
I know, but I'll ask her. We want to go to everyone's comfort level once they're back on campus. Yes, ma'am.
If the tavern is gonna be serving food up till 7 at night, are the concerts still gonna be in the breezeway, and when will they start?
Yes, ma'am. It still will be in the breezeway. We're contemplating different hours at this point. We did have last Friday, it was at 6:30, so it will probably still be that. It shouldn't be much of an issue going through the tavern and grabbing your food.
No, I mean the nighttime entertainment, like Friday night.
I don't feel like that should conflict with you picking up your food through the tavern, because we serve beverage.
So they're serving food in the tavern, or out in the fresco, or they even set out in the breezeway. So how can you have a concert if they're still going out serving food, taking up?
Well, there's still tables on this side as well, and if anything, food and beverage and myself will have to just work as a team. Because we don't want to stop the concerts, and we also want to make sure that we get to some type of normalcy. But since we're able to now be back inside, maybe we can move interior, but we can get more people outside versus inside. So we'll just have to work as a team. Any more questions? Yes, ma'am.
When is the Friday forum gonna come back to just the once a month, the first Friday of the month?
Actually, once Brent is back, we're going over a lot of those new logistics since we're allowing more people inside of the town hall.
So that could start.
I don't want to give you a date. I'm not really sure.
So
Hopefully
you're still,
soon.
You're still doing the taping?
Yes, ma'am. And even beyond that, we may still be doing the taping. But we will be going through those specifics. Yes, ma'am.
Will this Thursday's football party be scheduled?
There's two people talking.
Hold on one second. Yes, ma'am.
Could it be?
Hold on one second.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You know
No,
what?
no. Yes, ma'am.
Will this Thursday's football party be as scheduled?
Yes, ma'am. That will go on without a hitch. We are working on our social distance. So Lauren will be at the front desk, front area right here by the door, making sure that only 5 people come in at a time. Yes, ma'am.
Tiffany, do you know when the breezeway is going to have the grill going?
I know
Grill?
they are working on dates for that. As soon as we have more information, we'll make sure to publicize it. Maybe Thursday at the recording for menu chat.
Is it going to have one what?
If you would like to come to menu chat on Thursday, you can, or Ricky in the back, you can ask him. I'm not absolutely sure when, but I do know we're moving towards a direction to be able to open back up the breezeway.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Before you're finished, I didn't get a chance to ask, can I talk about voting a little bit?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, when you're done.
Okay. Any more questions about activities, transportation, anything along those lines? Perfect. Yes, ma'am, Brian.
Hi.
Hey, Robert.
I want you to know, if you don't know already, that Thursday will be our last voter information table. So if you have any questions about your registration or about whether you're getting mailed-in ballots, any question at all, come and see us. That'll be Thursday morning over in the South Building from 9 to noon. Me and Andrea will be doing that. Now, in the research that I'm seeing, let me ask you a question. How many people plan to vote this year? Rachel, I'm going to publish that. However, if you need help in those areas too, as far as getting a ballot to an election office, that's what Bill Hendry is going to be working on in terms of having boxes in both lobbies after ballots are out. And we'll collect them for you and we'll take them to the election commissions. The specifics of that are not under my control. They'll be announced by Bill and company next week. All right, do you have questions about voting?
You talked one time about putting out an explanation of the initiatives. When is that going to occur?
Yes, thank you very much. I finally got a copy of the ballot yesterday. I know what the initiatives are exactly, and I'm going to do some research on that. If I don't provide the detailed information, or if we don't, because it's just too voluminous and there are too many points of view, or whatever the case may be, I hope to provide you with sites where you can go and get your own information, okay? Both for the amendments that are proposed as well as for the initiatives. And right now, I will tell you, if you haven't done it, start exploring vote411.org. That is the League of Women Voters publication. You need to figure out how to work your way around it. I'm just learning, but you can find out about all these things. The candidates, where they stand on issues. I don't know if you can find your voting record or not, but I'm going to look for all those things this week and hopefully have that out in some form to you all hereafter. We're just about done with our voter information effort, but I want to thank you all of you, for participating.
Repeat that again. Say it again.
What?
Vote for what?
Vote411.org.
Is that a 4 or
Four.
F-O-U-R?
411.
The
VOTE number 4, number 1, number 1.org. Take a look at it. It's really a very, very nice website. And if we can help again, give us a call. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. A lot of good information that will take a while for you to digest, get used to the changing, going back to how it was. And I hope that you have a great afternoon and rest of your week. You take care.
Thank you.